Well, we can start wherever. How's the week going for you guys?
Let Steve start. He wants.
Yeah, look, I might just quickly get your opinion on a couple of things that I've added. Uh, hopefully, I'm getting around the mark. I've got a couple of posts in. I've got a couple of highlight stories on to get your opinion on. Hang on, I have to go back and just reopen this up again. Sorry.
You're all good.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Did
Hey, can you see that the Instagram screen?
Yep, got it.
Okay. Just your opinion on I sort of come up with I want to make this the I suppose the package title, the break 80 90 blueprint. What's your opinion on that? I'd actually probably like to go 70 80 90, or is 80 90 really trying to be too broad?
So I'm gonna spitball some ideas just
Yep.
because the Break 80 blueprint's becoming quite I would say like used quite
Has that
frequently.
been used
Actually,
quite a bit?
Matt does that exact one. So
Yep.
I'll probably spitball some different ways of presenting that, but
Yep.
so it could be something like the scoring breakthrough method, the scoring yeah, I'll come up with some ideas to toss around with you. But the
So break 80 90 method. Is 80 90 not a great idea to put those two numbers in there? Is it break 80? Um,
I would use one and then use the lower one that you want to go after. Because even if you're like someone that's shooting 95, you're always thinking about
yeah.
working towards that ultimate goal, probably getting as close as you can to breaking 80.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't want to make it like for the demographic that I'm looking for. I mean, I work with quite a few good players as well, and I don't want to sort of make it look like I'm just trying to help the guys breaking 90, and then I don't want to make it look like for some guy who's shooting in the 90s where he feels like he's got no hope of getting down to that level. Is this above what I can um, absorb? It's just, I suppose it's just a tough one to come up with an angle that doesn't pigeonhole you into one particular area. Um, how does that layout look, Dan? Is that
It's just too busy. It's a lot clearer than the like green and blue ones, but I think it's
yeah,
just too many words on the opening slides of those
right?
last two.
Let's just take it out. So what? Half as many words as that? Just
Yeah, so typically on the opening slide, it's not there's no hard rule, but I would say trying to keep that, 10 words or less as like just the kind of the
yeah.
hook. You could go longer. And in this case, for like the method one that might be a pin post, we could go a little bit longer. Uh, but I think think more so what I would take out is the who this is for, and I would just have the
Yeah.
opening slide be like the we'll come up with a new name, but just using this right now. Break 8090 blueprint, the exact 7-step system elite coaches use to build consistent golfers.
Yeah.
And then you that just like points to or transitions to the next slide to try to get them to read the next one. The next one could go into who is this for? Who's it not for? And
So if I
you're like
scroll
trying
through
to.
here, we've got that. So pretty much every one of these slides is probably going to be a bit too busy. And then I've put in a testimonial at the end. I don't have a call to action on that. Is, again, I want to just in my sort of early stages with just build some credibility up. What do you think?
So I don't mind having a call to action no matter what stage you're at, because this is like
Right.
if we decide to use one of these as a pin post, or you never know, like there's 43 followers, but there might be a person in that 43 that would be
Yeah.
interested. So like I have a coach that's very new to posting online, and he hasn't even posted that much. He has 1,000 followers, but most of that's just like over the last 15 years of just having an Instagram account. He got to 1,000 friends, connections, students when he was a college coach, whatever. But
Yep.
he has made like 6 or 7 posts on Instagram, and he's already had 2 people DM him to ask about his coaching. So, and that's like, there's not a lot of followers. There's not a lot of activity. These are getting the reach on the posts are like 500 or 600 people.
Right. So, like, I suppose a rule of thumb or whatever in here, I put a couple of highlights in. So I've got uh, say golf schools, and that scrolls through. I mean, each viewing is probably about 5 seconds. So I put up sort of 3 of these next to each other, so that would give me 15 seconds for them to read it. But obviously, I've got too much information in there then for that slide. So this would relate back to the post as well. So this is way too busy for the highlight.
It's for a highlight, they can pause it and stop and read through it.
Right.
So it's not necessarily the highlight necessarily bad, but like the framework I would use for writing those is thinking about them as like sequences of posts and copywriting framework, just like a loose one. Testimonials are fine, leave those as is, but like the uh, copywriting framework to loosely follow, there's a bunch of them that you could look up and test, but like very simply hook to get them interested, deliver. So like it could almost I almost think about it too like hook, rehook, value, or like expose the issue, deliver the value, and solve the problem. Use a call to action.
Yeah.
So in redoing those, it would be something like for the uh, golf schools. I would say something on the first slide that's just basically like, uh, you know, uh, spend in one singular day, we can completely transform your golf game
Yeah.
without needing to transform your swing. Here's how it works. Like, and then it would go to the next slide, which we would probably want to like rehook in some way, which is like, I've done, 100 golf schools over the last 10 years. And every time the player leaves feeling XYZ way, and then we go into kind of what it's about. We go through 3 different sections on course, simple, effective solutions, and improving the whole game, whatever those are. If you're
Yeah.
interested, then the last slide turns into if you're interested in learning more about an in-person half or full day golf school, reply to the story school, and I'll get you more information about how I can help you do the same, like something like that.
Yeah. The
Some ideas that came
sorry.
up just brainstorming with ChatGPT. I
Yeah.
the one I kind of like is the sub 80 scoring system.
The sub 80
Uh,
scoring system.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. And that's not being used by anyone else.
I mean, it might be, but no one that I
It
know.
might be now.
Yeah,
I
right.
like that. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I like that. That's I've got a wonderful testimonial coming in today from a guy I'm working with. He's an all abilities player. He shoots in the mid 60s. Could be a US tour player, this guy, and I've been working with him for about 6 months, and we've just made unbelievable headway. He's got some big events coming up, and so to sort of go into something like that for the sub 70s category in there to create a bit of interest in that. I mean, I could add the
Put
sub
those
70s, but
testimonials. Yeah, put those
mm,
testimonials out. You don't have to like create a program for every single avatar. The
right,
idea is like hone in who you want to work with most. Then we have to find that like aspirational thing that they desire. And
yeah,
so like for me, I was kind of testing like seven-figure online golf coach. That might be too far off for most. So, most of the time I talk about like six figures online as a golf coach.
yeah,
That's like supplemental additional revenue, additional income to what you're already doing in person, getting to multiple six figures. Because the seven figure is like, I think maybe that's like hey, if I create a system that was like shoot 65, most golfers would probably be like, like I don't know if I want to work that hard.
sure. Okay, and just the highlight covers there. What do you think? Is that
I just don't like the blue on green personally,
yeah?
or green on blue. So
So white background or
white background with blue, I think would look good. I think
yeah,
white background with that green wouldn't stand out enough.
yeah.
You could also try green background with white, blue background with white.
Hmm. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I can't think of anything else at the moment. Yeah, it was just the naming of that system. Uh, yeah, cool. I won't. You guys keep going. Sorry, I don't mean to take up all the time.
And by me.
Where are you, Matt?
I'm based over in the UK, so a bit far away from you. But
No.
yeah, I'm based over here. Been working with Dan well since January. January
Yeah, January.
probably took me a year to bite the bullet and go for it though.
Were
oh,
you fairly established to start with on Instagram, or
oh God, no, no. I
He had been doing
I
it for a while.
yeah, I'd been 2.5 years at this,
Hmm.
um, and had really got nowhere. I was at the point where I'd been with other people. Dan, you don't have to listen to this. Block yourself. But I'd been with other people who just kept using the same old slogans every time. Find your avatar and then try and create content around them. And I'm like, okay, I know that, but tell me what I've got to do. I'm a golf pro. I'm not a marketing genius.
Hmm.
Um, and anyway, since working with Dan, we've been well, I feel I've been crushing it a bit more because I now know what to post, which is getting me the views, which is then getting me the leads, which is then, do you know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
I find for me, my secret formula seems to be short posts for me.
Yeah.
So if I do something 20 seconds long, which it can be something stupid as well. I mean, what was it? I had over a million, didn't I, views on a putting one I did where I had a ball wedged between the grip and my right forearm and just
Hmm.
putting and just saying do that for a stable face and all that business. And that had over a million views.
Wow.
Um, all right, you get dodgy some dodgy comments and so on and so forth, but the
Hmm.
positive outweighed the most, at least because I had, DMs from that. And like you were saying, asking Dan, should I put a call to action on anything? Well, yeah, because like you say, you don't know how that post is going to resonate with somebody, um, however stupid it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put a call to action on everything now, and I get a lot more DMs, and I get a lot more comments back saying, yeah, comment hip or whatever it is that I've put, and I send them through um, a link or whatever it is to a type form, or to a YouTube video if they want more.
Mm.
Because where we've got it set up, haven't we now, Dan? Is and it's working. That's what I'm on here to say, really, because that's all I've got nothing else to report really. But I'm getting now the funnel is working. So putting the link on every YouTube video, every call to action, everything like that, it's just
Yeah.
bringing me in now, good or bad leads. You don't convert all of them, but at the same time, at least I'm getting more traction now than what I had before.
Is it
So
a link to your website or?
no, I have one for the website, but I mostly have it for a type form, which is a break 80 type form, where
And
I've
they
just
fill that
asked a
out and
series of
turn that.
questions. They fill it out, and then I've got their email address now, which now I try
Right.
and post weekly
Yeah.
an email to them saying, look, yeah, hey, I'm here. Do you want to help your game, or this, and this? Um, and that's keeping me going, if that makes sense. I probably
Yeah.
now, just to report back to Dan, I'm probably getting now four responses to that now, maybe a week.
Oh,
So
that's great.
it's constant. It doesn't sound a lot, but it is a lot, because that could be four potential clients.
And then you're also
So
getting free lessons through
yeah, and
Skillist
I've
or
also got
Golf
another
Live
type
or
form as well. Yeah, I've got another type form as well, which I'll sometimes use that as a call to action to say, hey, do you want a free swing analysis? Click on this link below, blah blah blah, and you'll get one.
like
So
this one.
Matt, have you had more sort of success with videos or with the carousels? Or
Dan will
That's
probably
all
kill me here.
videos.
I'm all videos. I haven't done I should do carousels, and I know that. And Dan will probably send me a message afterwards saying, "Get on with it, you loser." But yeah, I should do them because they are effective as well. I've learned through working with Dan that you need the three different types of things: a video, maybe a talking head, and a carousel. And you should do it more often. And also the trick as well is stories, which again I have been very poor with this week because I've been busy. I've not been able to do it, even though they only take seconds to do. But
sorry, what was that? What was
stories.
that, Matt? The one
So
you
put on the stories. You should put on
oh, the
there.
stories.
Hey, do you want to improve your golf? Hit a link here. And so on. So I should do that more often and use stories to sell the lessons.
Let me show
Because
let me show you guys this too. Um, sorry. Justin's another client of mine, but I just did this story for him today. Stupid simple. This is all it is. If you're new
I
here,
saw
as a
that
thank
one.
you for following and helping to build this amazing community, I'm giving away my free Load to Launch Driver course. I'll teach you the fundamentals of proper speed, reply to the story launch, and I'll send it your way. Um, Posted this an hour ago for him. We are at probably like 20 or 30 comments back already.
Mm.
Maybe more now. He has a big audience, right? And it's an engaged audience. So
Yeah,
I'm testing some of the stuff with him, but
just on that one there, I just wanted to ask you with the like the download the free course, download the free blueprint or whatever in there. Um, how much information is actually in that?
yeah,
Or how much are you giving them?
my story passed on this one too, but I'm testing some stuff for for you guys too to just see like different options that might make this simpler and easier.
Yeah.
So my last post, this one was on May 20th. So I need to take my own coaching advice sometimes too, but this is on May 20th. And then I posted one yesterday. And so there's a large break. And here's the thing about social media nowadays is every post can stand alone on its own. While it is true that like platform like Instagram does like to see some level of consistency. And my stuff would probably be performing if I was a little bit more consistent, performing better. But every post still stands on its own, even with that. So like this
What do you mean
one,
by consist? What do you mean by consistency, Dan?
so Instagram to some degree does like to see that you show up on their platform regularly. What that
Yeah,
actually means, it doesn't necessarily mean every day, but if you post like this week and then don't post for 3 months, they're not going to reward you for that because you're not an active participant on the platform. But
right.
what is also true is like if I took a viral video and I started a brand new account tomorrow and I just copied the viral video and posted it on that account, it would perform well. Maybe not to the level of like that person who originally created it who has tons of followers, but it would
Yes.
perform. But just because
Hmm.
like the algorithm, if people are positively interacting with it, it's going to do well. So I hadn't posted in 20 days or so, 21 days, like almost 3 weeks, which is so bad when I like talk myself through this. But then I posted this one yesterday because I just wanted to test the new software and get comments on it. And
Yep.
like 2,000 views, 24 comments back and forth. I did a story that also promoted the same thing and had another, uh, I don't even know how many, probably another 10 or 15 comments.
Yep.
So that's the thing is like, and that's I'm testing this just like as a platform. I've known about it for a really long time, and there's things I don't like about it and wouldn't recommend, but just as a simple option for coaches to set up stuff, it just makes it way easier than building landing pages and getting into all these different things on the back end. So I posted this yet literally yesterday, um, put it live, did one single post and one story, and I have 16 email leads, but I have see if it'll load here and show you guys. Come on. 16 email leads, but I've had 38 people start a conversation, a messaging conversation with me on Instagram that I can now follow up with there from one post and one story. Just with a call to
Hmm.
action to a cheat sheet that, and it was just the way that I just framed it in a way that, you know, attracted golf coaches, made them want it. So, yeah, that's pretty powerful.
What's Stan there, Dan?
Yeah, so that's
What
the
platform?
software platform. You see a lot of creators use it as their link in bio because it creates like a
Yep.
little digital storefront link. I still don't
Oh
like
yeah.
multiple links in there, but what I'm playing with on it and I'm testing it with multiple links, although I wouldn't advise this from a throughput perspective, but this is what mine is. It looks better. It's made for mobile because that's where the majority of your traffic on Instagram is going to be. So like if I took this and this is what it would basically kind of look like on mobile.
Right.
So people can now click that link and very easily enter information and immediately get something from me to opt in.
Hmm.
And then a couple other things. I'm just testing some purchasable stuff here to see how it does, but um and the whole goal for that for me is like can I find a simpler path to getting a coach to get something up on their profile? Because I find like Matt has a MailChimp, and that's what a lot of coaches are on initially. But building landing pages and email flows and stuff like that in MailChimp is not the easiest. While it is like, it's by all platforms online, it's fairly simple. But when you're talking about like coming from in-person coaching, not having any tech experience, like never doing this before, it's not the best. Like the experience is not the best. So that's why I'm testing Stan because like I can go into this platform and I can go here and it'll prompt you to set this up right away. My store, and I literally just start clicking buttons and it like prompts me through, all right, I want emails. Cool, let's do that. Okay, choose an image. I'm just gonna pick a random one, but I would have one on my computer that I would pick, but just as an example. All right, image. Get my free thing. I could change that to whatever it is. This is not a great subtitle, but whatever, um, it would work functionally. And then I hit next. I upload the thing. So if it's a PDF file, I upload it here. Or if I want to direct them to a YouTube video, even, I could put that here. Then I hit publish, and then I can set up automated email right here, just like that, by clicking a few buttons. And then it's good. It's done. And I can change the way that it looks by going to here and picking through
Yeah.
some pre-done templates and doing minor edits. So that's why I'm exploring it, is because like that is way easier. I've just found so much friction in trying to get a coach to build a basic landing page and set up a simple welcome email flow as they're trying to do this. So I'm trying to simplify that as much as possible. And I don't know that there is a platform that makes it simpler than Stan. And then you could have digital products on the back end too. So I'm testing that stuff for you guys as well.
I mean, is creating a page on say a page on my website, um, get my IT guy to do that. Is that a viable option, or is there any inherent problems in doing that?
So it definitely would work. The thing that the next component to it is you want to be able to understand the data on the conversion on the page,
Yeah,
because what most coaches and even like IT people, unless they're design focused and marketing focused, they could create you a page that would be an opt-in. But one, if it has other links on it, other places that they
yeah,
can click, decreases conversion rate. Two, if the design flow, one, is not made mobile first, because that's where most of your traffic is going to be, is on mobile. So it has to look get good there first. And if they don't understand the
yeah,
principles of above the fold, headline, opt-in, what that should all kind of look like, the sequence, cadence to a good landing page, you might be getting pretty poor opt-in rates. And then
yeah,
ultimately that would be hurting your ability to collect leads and get clients. So
yeah,
that's where it's like, all right, how do we make this as simple as possible in a design that we know converts, that will allow coaches to start getting leads easier, faster, higher
mm,
throughput, automated email workflows that we don't have to tie between a bunch of programs. Because that's the other thing. Like, if you did it on your website, how easy is it to connect to your email system and send 5 emails over 5 days to upsell them? How
yeah.
much work would that take? It's really easy, at least
Mm.
from, you know, my perspective inside of something like Stan. So
Could you send me a link to what you just showed me then? That whether you've got
I don't even
a
know if I
link with
do have
just
an
the
affiliate link, but
steps required.
yeah, let me see.
Is there a cost to Stan?
Yeah, so the basic is 27 a month.
Yeah.
And then to add some additional features. So the other thing that I like about it, Matt, which is might be interesting for you. I don't know if this is, I don't remember if this is a paid feature. The upgraded one is 97 a month. And then that's it. It's the highest level that they have. Is what I've been testing, is the auto
Yeah.
DM. It's not as powerful as ManyChat. So ManyChat does a lot more. But if you want just a really simple connect your Instagram and then set it up to when they DM or comment a keyword,
Yeah.
you automatically comment back and then send them a link. Like, super easy to set up. Again, not as
That's
powerful as
yeah.
ManyChat, but I set this up in 30 seconds and started it. It worked perfectly first time. Auto sent all these replies to people, and I didn't do anything and just started getting notifications that I had leads.
Yeah. That's cool.
So
Because that is
that's that's nice about it. And then if you want there's like certain features in here with like order bumps and upsells and stuff that are in the 97. And I don't know how much they do from email, but I think email was available for only the 27. And I think
okay.
auto DM was available for only the 27 as well too. So from a lead collection standpoint, it might be worth it, Matt, to use some of this auto
Yeah.
DM stuff.
Yeah, because that is getting a bit not stressful, but you're getting, I am getting, 10, 12, whatever per post, and you're having to, and sometimes you forget them. If that makes sense. You're missing them.
Yeah. Yeah, and then what you could do is like in this auto DM, it autofills with this, but you can put whatever link you want in here. You could put your
Okay.
Typeform link right there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a Break 80 assessment. Fill this out real quick. You could put a YouTube link in here. Hey, here's a link to that video. Whatever.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'll look into that. I've written that down.
Let me see. I don't even know if I have. I don't even know if they do affiliate links.
How far down the online avenue have you gone, Matt?
Well, like I say, the whole dream or whatever it was 2.5 years ago was to go fully online.
Yeah.
And that's just never really took off. I think the market got a bit saturated and blah blah blah, but I wasn't getting noticed. So I've had to go back working just part time at a club, which I'm really enjoying. Don't get me wrong. I'm really enjoying that again. But the dream has always been to do online, so I can work from home. But yeah, I've been pretty much full in committed. YouTube videos every week. I'm posting or was posting, 3-4 times a week as well, just little posts on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm coming home though from that. I finished work and didn't get home till after 7 or so, and then straight away on the phone, answering DMs, creating a. Do you know what I mean? So it's like full time, trying to make it work. It's not the dream that it was sold to me as from Skillish, from Baden.
Yes.
But I still believe there is a job there, and I believe that there's enough people for everybody. So, yeah, I'm pretty still committed on it, but I'm having to now be 50-50, unfortunately, because I'm having to now commit to doing the other job as well.
How useful has Skillis been for you?
I think I see it now as a platform. I don't see it as a marketing tool. I think that's where I went wrong. I was expecting it to be a marketing tool as well for me.
So you're not getting leads generated through that? They sort of put it across as that.
Yeah, I've had this argument with Baden before because, the only lead you're ever going to get is if you're on that front page on the app. And because people are inherently lazy, they're not going to scroll through 500, 600, 700 pros through an ABC list. And you don't see anybody change on that front page at all from the usual, Toby McGeoch and all those business. You don't see that change at all. So you're never going to get marketed as such from them. You might appear on a story every so often. So in that mind, I'd rather be in a position where I could use anybody. I've tried them all. I've tried Coach Now. I've tried Sneed. I've tried
Golf Live app.
Form, Golf Live. I'm still on that now. Golf Live, I have to say, have been really good to me because if I put in collab with any posts, I've just done one this evening and they put collab and they have collabed with me. So that gives me 2 audiences to go out, my own and theirs. So, and that's been really helpful, and that's helped to boost my my profile. So, yeah, I think I wouldn't get too hung up. Now, Skillist app itself is pretty good, so it has its merits for that. But I wouldn't probably go ahead and promote it as that. I'd rather promote myself and just direct them via my DMs or whatever to any platform, to be honest with you. It'd be nice to get that phone call from Baden begging us to come back. That's what you want. So, but I use Skillist now because it's convenient. That's all. It has got some good features, but I don't see it anymore as being a marketing platform. And I think you've got to go and make your own.
Yeah, I mean they're all basically tools, aren't they? I mean, whatever you're using, it's it's just an analysis tool where you're going to deliver something with lines and a voiceover or whatever in there, and as long as that's done adequately, it does its job. And
100%.
That's where Skillis, you're paying a premium with Skillis for what they're going to supposedly deliver.
Yeah, that was always my argument with Skillist was, I'm paying just as much as the other guys that appear every day on the same front page, and
Yes.
yet they get that extra treatment because people by nature are lazy, aren't they? They're just going to click on the first thing they see.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
But you need to not think like that and say, right, okay, I'm going to drive my own business to that website and so on, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was the way forward. And that's what Dan sort of helped me reconsider. But I use Skillist myself. I haven't done Golf Live, if I'm honest with you. Nobody's ever booked one with me. I'm still a bit nervous of that platform only because you can't demo it. So you can't do a demo lesson to practice on. So you're going to have a lesson live and you're going to be like straight away, okay, well, how do I work this damn thing? So I don't tend to push it as much, even though they do me a favor and promote me quite heavily, to be fair. Yeah, so I don't, that's how I see it really, but I'm pretty much all in online. I'm enjoying both, to be fair. I'm enjoying doing in person. I think it's a good mix. And I have had a few people, like I had a guy come over from Dubai this week to have a lesson. But we're now going to stay in contact online, if that makes sense. So he's going to subscribe to me and we'll carry on our lessons online. So, and every so often he's over in London, he'll come up to Manchester and see me.
I dropped a link to check out Stan in the chat on this Zoom. Full transparency, it's a referral link, and I get 20% of your $27 for life.
Wow.
Spend it wisely.
I want a pizza, Dan. I want a pizza voucher. That's not bad.
I can get you a slice of pizza.
Okay.
Green, Dan, and just give you some ideas on some of the changes I made to the landing page that I've got. It's been a good conversation actually to see what I've been working on in my website, and it's like, yeah, okay, I've got to check out a couple more things here.
Yep. Let's take a look.
Yep. Okay. Apologies if my internet goes a bit pear-shaped here. Sorry. Yeah. So that's the mobile view of the landing page now for, where I'll be sending them for that 7-day challenge we're talking about. So just changed the title, obviously. Last time it was just I whacked together a landing page and had all random stuff on there. But now it's like, okay, this is my branding, my colors, my program, my kind of titles and stuff now. That look okay?
What platform's that on, Paul?
This is on Squarespace, my website.
Squarespace.
So it's just a landing page. Yeah.
Yep.
I've only just transferred over to that from another place to save a truckload of money, and it's actually a hell of a lot better than the last one I was with. So, sorry, my apologies. My internet's playing up as well on one of these days.
Yeah, you're good.
So that'll have a video there just to with subtitles on it, just pretty much going through what I'm saying down below to a degree.
Cool.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with my internet this morning. So then it just goes down to list the basically it's a 7-day email list with 7 different topics.
Yep.
So we were talking about that to say, okay, what's this contain? What will you do? So it just goes through and describes those pretty much every one of the 7 days there in that one. And then how does it work? I'll just add a bit more into that, pretty much just along the lines of, you're just going to get an email each day and just do the challenge and see how that goes. And so I'll just describe it a bit more in there. And then, just another reminder to join the challenge if they haven't done that already. Fantastic picture. Testimonials. These are just, mostly I'm using them from my in-person 9 Shots Lower program. as a starting point, and then I'm going to update this about me description here to just be a little bit more relevant for the types of people that will be signing up to this program and my ideal market. I just read it the other day and went, okay, I've used that for a while and it just needs to be updated a little bit. And then that just goes down into a couple more testimonials and then into the kind of bottom part of my page. So I removed all the the menu bar and everything we were talking
Yep.
about, so that
Perfect.
they can't click on anything else up here at the top of the screen. So that's the mobile
So
version of it. Anyway,
I would just put in there somewhere put free.
free. Yeah, good point. Yep.
And then sub headline.
A bit long.
Yeah, I think we could. It's not bad, but I think we can work on that a little bit. Um, uh, so I might say something more along the lines of like, um, learn the 7 fundamental concepts to consistently breaking 90 and enjoying every round of golf, or enjoying golf again without touching your swing.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to, with the reduce the frustration, tap into the bit of the pain point that people are having at that point. Why are they even thinking about doing this type of stuff? Because they're frustrated and they're stuck, kind of thing. So, but you don't think that's the way to go?
So the thing with reduce the frustration, you could lean heavy into like the pain, but you want to describe the pain if you're going to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it'd be like eliminate blow up holes.
There you go. That's exactly what I was just thinking. I was just about to say eliminate blowout. Yeah. You read my
Eliminate
mind
blow
there.
up holes, play your best golf,
Mm-hmm.
and have fun again without changing your golf swing or touching your golf swing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. No worries. But the rest of the page, fine. That's
Yeah, the rest of
I'm
the
pretty
page.
sure most people probably aren't even going to go past this anyway if
Yeah,
they've
now that
seen
stuff, if
what
they
I was
if they
doing.
do, like, all that stuff looks good.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right. Um, so I haven't had a hell of a lot of time this week to go too much. I won't worry about sharing there too much further. But the kind of next for me, I guess, is pretty much to start now, because I've still been, as you said, I still post Instagram stuff and videos and YouTube videos and stuff, but now it's a matter of me really focused. Now I've got the landing page and I've got the lead magnet sorted. I've pretty much got it sorted. To then just start promoting the call to action on each of my posts that I'm putting out. So, and really just look at growing those interactions and DMs and along those lines.
Yep, yeah, and you can try to get as many people into the 7A challenge as you can. Also, you could run some like waitlist promotions.
Yeah,
So,
mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm on a set program there.
yeah, so like yeah, you could start now with a few weeks out we start the actual like promo of the launch, trying to fill it, but leading up to it, you can definitely promote every week. The full break 90. What do we set on duration? 10 week?
9 weeks.
9 week.
Or it's 5 shots less than 9 weeks, but
Okay, that's what we
um,
changed. Yeah. It wasn't duration, it was the promise for online versus in person. So yeah, uh yeah, just start to promote it still too, like the uh next 9 week break 90 program starts in July. If you're interested, join the wait list now. Limited, like only this many spots, usually fills up fast.
yeah, yeah. Because at the moment I'm
Guys,
promoting. I have
sorry,
my
guys. Sorry to
in-person
interrupt. Look,
9 shots.
I just need to. I just need to go. I've got an early start today. But look, thanks for the chat. Good one this morning. Nice to meet you, Matt.
And you?
And have a good day, guys.
Thanks, Steve.
All right,
See you,
Steve.
mate.
Yeah.
Just lost my train of thought. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm promoting my in-person 9 shots low program. Just started doing that because that's starting on the 17th. Almost, so my in-person as well. So anyone who comes to the in-person, you're going to be part of this, or you're going to have access to this as well, because that's the method is going to be my own new method that I'm using going forwards as well. So because they're paying a premium for the in-person and, doing that as an extra add-on type thing for them, because I'm already supplying a whole heap of stuff to them online anyway as part of it all. So it's just like, hey, you can do this as an online option where you don't, you see me once a week in these Zoom calls and whatever else in the Coach Now as well. But if you want to come and do it in person, you're also going to get this as an added bonus to it. So it's just going to be promoting the in-person option and the online option, the new hybrid type situation. So
Yeah, and you don't even necessarily have to specify. So it's like for
Sure.
me as the example, it's like if I'm running something, whatever it is, if it's um I don't know, make your next $1,000 online as a coach, the and then they come in, it's like, all right, well, you can do that in the group, or if you want, you can upgrade to one-on-one while you're doing it. It's the same
Mhm.
thing. Like, are you local and want to do this in person, or are you from not around here and you were looking at doing it online? Cool.
Yeah. hmm No, that's good. Because then over my time, I'm probably a little bit like Matt. I've been doing this for a long time, but not really getting the progress. And I'm enjoying being a part of this. And it's good to hear that, Matt, that you're heading in the right direction now after all that time. So I'm keen now to really start pushing and adding into just being more specific about what I'm doing in terms of the call to actions. And I know that I'm sending to a place. I've got the tracking there to be able to track, these people who are clicking on it, then they're, getting their email, and I've created all the back end stuff now. So, and you're right, MailChimp's not much bloody good at that, by the way, because that's what I was doing before. And it's like, oh yeah, you can pay for the full on premium thing, but I don't think it's worth it. So the good part about Squarespace that I found out through this process was, oh yeah, this actually does just as good a job of this, and it will all be tied into, the one place, and I can go and check the analytics pretty easy, and it's not too bad. So I'm going to stick with that. I do the one thing that I was kind of interested about, because being here, obviously in Australia, other side of the planet, from getting a lot of DMs that are, in the middle of the night and they're having to wait 8 hours to get a response or something. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but so that would be. I was looking at many chat there, but maybe Stan there might be the go to do that. I don't even know if Squarespace does it anyway. I doubt that they do, but
No,
we'll
they
see how we
don't.
go. So, no, yeah. So I'll have a look at that.
So the
But in the
only
short term, I'm not getting
softwares,
that many messages.
yeah, the only softwares I'm aware of though that will automate any of that are going to be ManyChat, which is the most popular. It's the most powerful. Like, so it has a lot of things that Stan will not have. Go High Level, which is what I use for my back end, will do that. It'll tie in and it will do a lot of auto message. It is the hardest of the three to set up though, because it does the most and does everything, and you have to set it up inside of a automation's workflow that's not super easy to set up and takes a bit of technical knowledge.
Hmm.
Stan has limited capability when it does it, but it's one of the platforms, one of the three that I know that does do it. And it's limited in what it can do, but at least from starting the conversation, it can add some speed to that process and
Mhm.
automate it a bit and at least get it going.
I guess that's the idea, and it's really just to get the email, and then really from there, now they're in your world, and and away you go from that. Because that's where
Yeah,
the real
man.
value is, isn't it? Having the email list.
Yeah, it's the contact information. And like one of the
Yeah.
things that people are willing to give away is email, and email is still 30 to 40 times the return on investment of any other platform. Like it's a great sales channel. It's much easier to sell an email than it is to sell on social media. You can sell many different things. You can do different campaigns. You can stay in your in front of your audience quite consistently. It's not always easy to do that on social media these days because, maybe 3% of your total audience is seeing any given post. And so if you can get a
Mm.
50% open rate on emails, then it's just a way to stay in front of people.
Mm. So I've been very effective that in, with my small email list of people that I've coached over the last how many years. And it is extremely effective I got about a 40% open rate and it's a very clean list. And every time I put out a newsletter, there's bookings for whatever I'm promoting.
Yep.
My big thing now is just going, let's just scale that up to, online versions of it. So it's still like, okay, the big one for me will be let's get that first person, that first kind of payment, that online, which I haven't had before. So I kind of feel like, and especially listening to Matt there as well. So thank you. Is like, yeah, okay. I think I'm doing most of the right things that this can work. I think I'm pretty clear on who I help best and who I want to do, and got to get out there to more people now. So see how we go.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Cool.
Thank you. Great meeting you, Matt.
And you. It's
Hmm.
just good to
I'm
know that
following
we're
you on
all.
there now.
It's just good to know that we're not all alone in it. Do you know what I mean? We're all in
Hmm.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you're one of the things you're saying there about Skillist, and I chose to go with Coach Now years ago.
Mm.
And Skillist and Baden Schaff is Aussie, and I had a chat with him very early on when he was building this out. And the only issue I had was that it was an open marketplace that was like, okay, so now I'm taking, all the people that I coach in my local area might be, X amount of coaches and X amount of people. And then we're just going, woof, and like anyone can go to anyone anywhere. And exactly what you said there about the top guys doing extremely well and everyone else struggling on that is kind of what I would see back in that day. It's like my whole thing of the coaching thing is someone's paying for you. They come to see you for your style and your coaching. You need to get them away from everything else for a little while. It's one
Mm.
of the conditions of my in-person programs. You don't do anything else for 3 months
Yeah.
because you've done all that and it's overwhelming and the whole lot. And then after 3 months, yes, go for your life again if you want to. But I also say to them, if you're going to have a look at another YouTube video or 10 o'clock at night with a wine in your hand, I got no issues with that, but don't implement it until you've run it past me. I'm your coach to filter all out what's right for you and stuff. So I found that really challenging about to me, it was a race to the bottom on Skillist again of like,
Yeah.
well, hey, the discounted rates guys are offering for the same hour that why are you doing that if you're doing it for a quarter of the price you'd be doing in person?
Exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
that
No,
doesn't make sense to me. So
yeah.
yeah,
It's not a marketplace.
no, no, no. But yes,
Cool.
good to hear.
Yeah. Excellent. Great that you're doing
Thank
your
you,
stuff
Dan.
as well.
I'll have a fair bit more, hopefully online and a bit more specific and stuff this coming week. So my last week has been pretty hectic with a few other things going on in life, but still managed to get some things done and tidied up the website. And like I
Yeah,
said,
it
I
looks
might take a little bit
landing
longer
page
as long
looks
as I'm
good.
still ticking some boxes there. Yeah, so we'll get that out there now and put all up this week and start promoting some of the lead magnet stuff.
Cool.
So thank you.
You got it there. Um, One thing I would try for both you guys is let your stories clear. Do a one story, like I showed you for Justin, a
Yeah.
single story offering something for free that's related. So now, Paula, you have this. You could do your 7-day challenge. Matt, I would say take a topic from a YouTube video and use
Yeah.
that as the frame, and just
Yeah.
put it out there and ask for a reply with a keyword and see if we get some interest.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
In this, does that like create a post and then a story tying into that? Is that what you're saying?
You can just do a story. You don't even have to have a post.
The story.
Like literally just
No
let your
worries.
stories completely go away so you have nothing, and then do something like this.
Yep. Yep. Okay. No worries.
Excellent.
See
Yeah,
where
I'll
I'm
do
at
that
the
this
moment.
week. I should do it tomorrow, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. All mine are cleared out at the moment, so might be able to do that today.
Cool. All right, thanks,
All
Dan.
right. Good challenge.
Matt,
Thank
if
you,
you
sir.
want to,
Thanks, Paul.
Matt, if you want to try to set up Stan before you do that, so you can auto reply, might be
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that in a minute.
Awesome,
Cool.
guys. Well, let me know if you
All
need
right, thanks for
anything.
that.
All right.
All right, boys. See you in a bit.
Perfect. Thanks, lads.
Yeah.
See
Bye,
ya.
bye, bye.